Greetings. This is for those of you who were not able to be in the Hangout. It was not a Hangout, it was a campus conference today. But since we're going to start doing weekly DBQs, I wanted to talk about how to prepare for that and exactly what to do as we move forward. So we've talked all year long about how to DBQ, so let's go ahead and do some more of that. So first of all, pre-writing. You need to prepare your work environment. Make sure you have ample space to put notes and scratch paper. Have pen and paper ready for writing notes, even if you're going to be typing it. Make sure you've got pen and paper there, because when you see the prompt, you want to be able to take that prompt and immediately write about it. And so we'll talk about that in a moment. Have your cheat sheets ready. You know you have to have cheat sheets ready this week. Have most of them done, hopefully. When you see the topic, they won't tell you what unit it's from. They will tell you, though, what unit it's from. They'll tell you the time period, and they'll tell you they'll tell you the prompt. So in the prompt, they will show you which cheat sheets you need to have ready. So if it's on trade in sub-Saharan Africa, then boom, you go straight to that one and away you go. When you see the topic, you can pull out one or two cheat sheets that seem to fit, have those in front of you. So you've got a good work environment, everything ready. And then have your DBQ setup form. All year long, we've been using this form. You remember how way back in September I said, hey, don't get too used to the form. You need to memorize the way we go through a DBQ setup. And some point, I'm going to zoink, take that DBQ setup form away from you, and you have to remember it. No, you don't. Not this year. You can have the form with you. So print this thing out. Document descriptions, 1 through 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Quick descriptions, your groupings and your themes right there. Here are your point of view reminders. You don't need to, in your setup, you don't need to write out your DBQ or your points of view, but you most definitely should be keeping track. So if you're writing along and you write your first really beautiful in-depth point of view, 3 or 4 sentences about the meaning of this document, about its perspective and how the author was trying to convince this other person of something. And so the situation, the historical situation inherent in that document, then you might come over here and go, zoink, check. And then go to your second one, boom, check. I think they only require 2. And so because of that, we should do 3. Yes? Just in case. And then context. You're going to put that in the intro. But if you have this on your DBQ setup, you're reminding yourself of what you need. So you're just checking these things off. And then with a few minutes before you click go, even on these practice ones, you need to practice some sort of relaxation technique. One of my favorites is to cool the soup. That's ridiculous, right? That sounds silly. Make a cup with your hands, like this. Imagine your favorite soup. Isn't soup awesome? And then you smell the soup. And then you cool the soup. And then smell the soup. And then cool the soup. Now, what are you doing? All you're doing is relaxing yourself. Deep breath in through the nose. Deep breath out through the mouth. You're relaxing yourself in the few moments that you have before you click go. When you click go, a timer is going to appear. You can get rid of that timer, and I think for most of you, I would get rid of the timer. You should have your own timer going. A timer counting down from 45 to 0 right in front of you seems a little, so I would have your own timer, but I'm going to leave that one up to you. And then for the writing itself, you're going to get the prompt and you're immediately going to notice your time period. What is the time period that this is about? What is the historical thinking skill that this DBQ encompasses? Is it a compare and contrast? Is it about causation or change over time or something like that? And then what categories do they give you? Is this about politics or trade, or economics or something like that? Just notice those things and be jotting down quick notes. Read the documents quickly and make your quick setup. You've got your setup guide, you've got your setup form already. So just do your 5 to 7 word summary of each source there, and then think as you're doing that. Who is speaking? To whom are they speaking? And with what purpose? Why are they writing this source? Every source that's created is created for a reason. So what is that source accomplishing? What is it doing? So think about the purpose of that source just real quick. So this whole setup is going to be 7 minutes tops. Then you're going to look again at the prompt and the documents, and then you're going to come up with your thesis. One of the things we did earlier this year was a thesis workshop. Well, as a part of that workshop, we looked at this. It's another teacher's formula for a thesis, and it's brilliant. It's just totally awesome. Although X, so you're giving some credence to the other side, although X, because of A and B, therefore Y. Remember, the way that we build arguments is with that crucial therefore word, or that crucial because word. It's just super important to have that. Those documents also are given to you for a reason. They're given to you as evidence because they prove something they're given to you because they prove something about the prompt. So your job really is to take those documents and tell us what they prove. So then you're going to group the documents into 2 groups. Make sure that those groups prove your thesis. They're not just random groups, right? It's not my 2 favorite bands. No, it is 2 groups that help prove the thesis. Yes? And then after that, nice and easy. You're just going to write like the wind, baby. So it'll be roughly a 4-paragraph essay. You must have a complete, complex, thorough introduction, 2 massive, beautiful body paragraphs where you describe in detail every source, yeah? Where you name every source. So you're doing your sourcing, you're describing in detail what's in those sources, and then you're using those sources to argue for you with some beautiful writing. You guys are such great writers. That is absolutely going to help you on this. And then a conclusion where you bring it all together. So you're bringing in context, you're bringing in evidence, you're describing the sources. In 45 minutes with only 5 sources, you absolutely can do this. This is your forte. This is what you were built for this year. As we've done all year, I would like you to practice in the way that prepares you for that AP exam moment. So for tomorrow or Friday or whenever you are doing practice DBQs this year, yeah? Have your writing environment ready. Have your clock so that you're ready with your 45 minutes. Have your cheat sheets there so you can grab a cheat sheet and go right to it. Have a cup of tea or whatever. Have your DBQ form, and then, hey, I don't only want you to cool the soup. We should also be thinking about praying as you go into this, and I really think that that's important. So any religious items that you need with you, if you've got your favorite rosary, or if you're like me and you just love to have this one Bible verse right there with you that's going to be totally inspirational as you write along, then have that with you. And I think if you do these things, if you prepare your environment, and if we practice over the next month, almost exactly a month, I think you're going to do brilliantly. So that is it. For now, I will say so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen.